Mass murder. 11 dead, 17 injured. A community devastated. Loved ones with broken hearts, endless tears, and unanswered questions. And yet, so easily avoided. Mass murderer Miles Sanderson was out on statutory release after 59 prior convictions for assault, robbery, mischief, and uttering threats. 59 convictions. If he had been kept in jail, where he belonged, these 11 precious Canadians would still be alive. Yet the Liberal catch-and-release system set him free to carry out his next violent attack. His victims are among the countless innocent people who've lost their lives to the crime wave overtaking our once tranquil communities after a decade of catch-and-release, hug-a-thug Liberal government. Since the Trudeau-Carney Liberals took power, violent crime is up by half, gun crime up 116%, gang homicides 78%, extortion 357%, auto theft up 46%. Human trafficking and sexual assaults against kids have roughly doubled. The good news is that we don't have a lot of criminals in Canada. The bad news is they're very productive. A tiny minority of criminals do almost all the crime. For example, the Vancouver police had to arrest the same 40 offenders 6,000 times. That means each offender got arrested once every 2 days for the entire year. Had these rampant criminals just stayed in jail, roughly 6,000 people would have been saved from being assaulted, stabbed, robbed, and otherwise violated. So how do they keep getting out? Answer: Liberal laws. For example, Liberal Law C-5 allows some of the worst offenders to serve their sentences at home. For example, convicted car thieves can do their time sitting in their living rooms watching Netflix or playing Grand Theft Auto. The catch-and-release bail law, C-75, allows rampant offenders to get out within hours of their arrest. It requires judges to, quote, release the accused at the earliest reasonable opportunity on the least onerous conditions, end quote. That includes offenders who've been arrested for the 100th time. Not only will common-sense conservatives repeal the catch-and-release laws, we will carry out the biggest crackdown on crime in Canadian history. Today I am announcing that common-sense conservatives will pass a 3 strikes and you're outlaw. Anyone convicted of 3 serious offenses will have no chance at bail, probation, parole, or house arrest. Instead, such offenders will get a minimum of 10 years and up to a life sentence in prison and be designated dangerous offenders, so they cannot be released until they prove they are no longer a danger. The only way for violent repeat offenders to obtain their freedom after serving a lengthy sentence will be through spotless behavior, clean drug tests, and earned release by learning a trade or improving themselves through educational opportunities. That will ensure offenders are only released when they are ready to become law-abiding, contributing citizens. Had this 3 strikes law been in place back then, Miles Sanderson would have been locked up after his first few offenses, unable to get out without 10 years of perfect behavior. He never would have been roaming the streets, and those 11 wonderful people he killed would still be alive. We will lock up rampant offenders and make sure they never hurt anyone again, so that we can bring home safety and restore the Canadian promise for law-abiding citizens in a country where hard work gets you a great life in a beautiful home on a safe street protected by brave police and soldiers under a proud flag. Canada. Let's bring it home.